It's that time of year again. People are looking to buy gifts, whether you're looking to buy a gift for someone or you want to give somebody some good ideas to buy for you. This is a great list because we're going to be talking about some really good gift ideas for people who live stream. Roll that intro. What's going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. And today, yes, we're going to be talking about good gift ideas for people who stream. And yeah, it doesn't matter which platform you plan on streaming on, these gift ideas are going to be good for pretty much everybody. And before we really delve into quite a few of these different gift ideas, I do want to mention we've got them sectioned out by price points. We have some stuff that's as cheap as like 10 or 11 bucks, and then we jump all the way up into hundreds of dollars. So there is a fine range of quite a bit of equipment in those price ranges. So whether you're buying something for somebody that you kind of know and you only want to spend 20 or 30 bucks on, or if you know somebody and maybe it's a close relative or a spouse or something like that, you want to spend a few $100s, there's also some good ideas for those on here as well. So without further ado, let's jump into our first price range bracket, whatever you want to call it, and that's going to be anywhere from essentially free up to about $50. Getting started with the first thing, that is going to be games and accessories. Now, we could go ahead and list tons of PC peripherals and accessories and tons of games and tons of accessories for consoles, but we have no idea what console you might be playing on or whether or not you're playing on a PC or the person that you'd be looking to buy these gifts for, what devices they play on. So if you want to support How To Tech, we're actually going to link down to Amazon to video games and accessories on there, and click on a platform if you're not certain and take a look and see if maybe you find a game that your significant other or somebody that you know may have been talking about that game. Maybe you see if they're interested in it still and maybe purchase that for them, or maybe purchase an accessory that you know that they've been talking about. Do they have an Xbox or PlayStation and keep talking about, man, I wish I had a multimedia remote for it because I wish I had one for my Xbox. That would be a great gift that's only about 20 bucks. So there's tons of things on there, and yeah, take a look at that to get started. Moving over into our next section, that's going to be microphones. And I do want to say we're skipping webcams. If I was to do this any other year other than 2020, webcams would be listed at least one or two in the under $50 price point. But with the way that the current things are and people using them for video conferencing and for school and work and everything right now, with it being 2020 and a pandemic going on, I can't really recommend any of those. So yes, we're gonna talk about microphones, and the one microphone that I definitely recommend under that price point, or under $50, and I've only got one listed this year. There are other options, but I decided to keep them kind of minimal to a very simplistic setup and something that's not gonna be too overcomplicated for people who might not know that much around a microphone, and that is going to be the Razer Siren Mini USB mic, and that is about $49.99. Prices obviously may vary depending on quantity and how much there is available and other stuff like that. Prices do change. Moving over into our next section, this is going to be quite a bit cheaper, and that is going to be accent lighting. In our accent lighting, we've actually got two LED light strip packages listed. One of them is going to be $11.89 by a company called Minger, and those are going to be in one strip. It's going to be 16 feet long. You should be able to cut it down to whatever size you need it to be, and yeah, that's going to be about 11 or 12 bucks. And then we've also got another one that's about 14 bucks, so just a few dollars more, and that's gonna get you 20 feet of length. So if you need a larger area for those LED strips, maybe go with the more expensive one. If you don't, maybe just get the cheaper one. Just go with whatever you think would probably work best there, or with whatever is actually in stock. The next thing I want to talk about is not accent lighting, but it's actually really good lighting, because if you know anything about webcams or cameras in general, they do better with more light. It's the reason why your camera looks awful whenever you go outside and take pictures at night, unless you've got some of the newer smartphones that are actually doing a pretty good job of it. But traditionally, most cameras do awful in low light. So to fix that, what I would suggest is taking a look at possibly picking up the Neewer 2-pack LED lighting kit. Now, there are other alternatives out there to something like this, but the fact that you get two of them that are dimmable and they are less than 50 bucks for both of them together is going to be great for setting up on either side of whoever's streaming and making sure they're lit properly, and it's going to make their webcam pop even more and have even better quality in their image for the most part. Moving over into the $50 to $100 price range, we actually see a webcam that I would recommend, and that is going to be the AverMedia Live Streamer Cam 313, retailing at $36.99, and I have no idea, $76.90, did I say 39? 30, $76.99. I have no idea if that's MSRP because prices are freaking crazy on microphones, webcams, and anything that people can use for video conferencing this year. You business people are freaking driving the market crazy, and you're screwing with everything, and now there's generic products everywhere, and I don't like it, and neither should streamers. So we're gonna start striking and not buy generic stuff. Don't buy those bad generic things, even though I'm about to recommend something that I would say might be a little bit more generic. But it does have a brand name on it, so I would go as far as to recommend this next item. So the webcam, definitely something I would recommend. It's good quality 1080p webcam, and it is actually reasonable for the price point, and for some reason AverMedia has kind of shrouded itself from these other mainstream webcams by like Logitech and Razer that have went up in price for some reason. Moving over to the next thing is not gonna actually just be a microphone, but it's gonna be a microphone kit. This is the Toner USB microphone kit, and yes, it is a little bit more generic than some of your other items, and you're gonna see other microphone kits on Amazon that look very similar, but this actually has tons of reviews and they're very positive, and it's something that with that many positive reviews, it's just kind of outstandingly positive in that regard. I would definitely have to recommend this to anybody that's looking for a cheap microphone rig. And yeah, it's just a decent quality from what the reviews seem like, and you get quite a bit for your money. Our last thing in this price point is actually something that's really cool that I probably found out about a few months ago, and I really didn't know that these things existed, and I think they're awesome. I think they are absolutely cool, and this is from WebAround, and it's actually a portable green screen that straps to the back of your chair. So if you know anybody that does live streaming, or if you do live streaming and you wanted to, kind of mess around with green screening and chroma keying out your background and making you kind of just pop onto the screen in front of your gameplay, this is going to be an awesome solution. And yeah, it's about 75 bucks, which I don't think is too ridiculous. We will talk about some other green screen solutions that are out there that are quite a bit more expensive than this. So this is a really good entryway to see if this is something you want to do. And I think it's super nice, the fact that you can just set it against your wall and decide at any time, hey, I'm about to stream. So you pop it on the back of your chair, you sit there. Now, I don't know how distracting it is if you move your chair around from side to side, whether or not that screws with the chroma keying or whatnot, but I don't own it. I ain't a professional with it. The reviews seem pretty decent on it, and I think it looks like a pretty cool product. Moving into our last section, we're gonna be talking about items that are over $100, and we have a few things in here. And getting started first, we're gonna be talking about webcams, and I have to say, these webcams, the two that I'm gonna talk about, are overpriced, and pretty much anything that has the name Logitech right now is being overpriced, and people are scalping people on them. Like, Logitech's pretty much not selling them from what I can tell at this point, and it's just resellers, and they're selling used cameras for like $200 and $100 that MSRP sold for like 65, 70 bucks. So it's ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't approve of it. And that's why I'm going to tell you, you probably shouldn't buy these if you don't want to support these bad business tactics and stuff like that. But whatever. If you need a webcam, that's what the person you're buying for wants, and you don't mind spending it, or if that's what you want, you don't mind spending it. The two webcams I'm going to mention are the Razer Kaio 1080p. It's pretty good, really good. It's got a ring light built into it, pretty cool. And the Logitech C920. And yes, there's a C920, there's a C920X, I think there's a C920C. Logitech's just decided to put any letter of the alphabet after the Logitech C920, and any of those are probably going to be pretty good for live streaming, and I've used it before. And there's also, I think, a C922, which is a slightly newer version of that webcam, and it's just as good as well. And that price point is going to vary. They're at any time from over $100 to $120. I've seen them as much as $200. And no, I would not suggest spending that much money on any of them, considering that they sold for like 65, 70 bucks probably about a year ago, and I think it's just ridiculous to pay that much for it. But if that's what you want to spend money on, you spend your money. You earned it. It's yours. Enjoy. Now we're going to be talking about some of the big budget microphones. And by big budget, I'm talking about, it's weird, okay? Because some people would consider $50 to be a decent amount of money to spend on a microphone. Some people would say 100 is quite a bit. 129 to 150 bucks is going to be considered actually like mid-range to entry level, depending on what kind of microphone you're buying. But if you're streaming and you want the simplicity of a USB cable plugged into your microphone, these are some pretty good options, and they're not going to break the bank. So they're both kind of ranging from about $129, and they vary once again on and off every once in a while a little bit. But that's going to be the Elgato Wave 1, a very nice microphone, integrates really well with Elgato software and gives you a lot of customization options. So if that's something you want to have for your stream, definitely check it out. We're about to mention a ton of Elgato products, I think, right now in this section. So yes, check it out if you're using any of Elgato's other ecosystem or any of the other items in their ecosystem. It is a great option and gives you a lot of mixing capabilities that you actually don't get with, you know, a standard audio setup or mic setup on a computer. So really good option there. And the other is the tried and true, the Blue Yeti. Who haven't you watched live streaming that's used a Blue Yeti at some point in time? My grandmother, I think, has used the Blue Yeti at some point. Like, it's widely popular. It's almost like the Blue Snowball, which is slowly faded into out of existence. It used to be such a popular microphone, and the Blue Yeti's just like the new one. It's there, and everybody's seen it at some point in time, I believe. So yeah, Blue Yeti, really affordable microphone and decent quality at that price range. Now, if you want to get into more pro audio, that is something I would not honestly suggest buying for somebody else unless they give you an exact recommendation on that. I think, you know, getting into really detailed audio equipment is probably something you shouldn't be doing if you're buying a gift for somebody else, unless they give you those specific items that they're probably wanting. Moving into the last section, we're going to be talking about a few different gadgets that are going to help out your live stream. And I have to say that these are all Elgato products. Elgato has done some amazing things with the streaming community. Their goals and the things that they've done to provide products that are really good for streamers is awesome. But I do have to say, you do pay a premium sometimes for some of these Elgato products, but I do have to give them credit. One of these things I thought was more expensive than some of the generic names, and theirs is actually cheaper. So congrats to you. That's really nice. So we'll talk about those. The first thing is the Elgato Stream Deck. This is going to be about $150 to $160, depends on the availability of them. Once again, this is a really cool device where you can press buttons and they do stuff on your stream. They send out tweets. They take you to websites. They just essentially speed up your process for editing inside of editing programs. They speed up your process for live streaming and moving from scene to scene. And it just makes it really easy. And if you have some of the other devices that Elgato has out there, they have these things called key lights, which is similar kind of to the Neewer lights I recommended earlier, except they're Wi-Fi controlled. They're a lot more expensive, but they're definitely more premium. You can control those, and you can control a ton of their other things inside of that software. And I think it even integrates into the same software that the microphone's in. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think you could do stuff with that. But yeah, just a ton of things you can do there. And the last thing is for I don't know if I said the price on that. That was $160. And this next thing is $160 as well. And that's going to be the Elgato green screen. And it's just a collapsible green screen that packs down into a little carrying case that you just drop it into, and then you can pull it up, and then you just lock it shut, and it just stays open. You got a big green screen behind you. Really awesome if you wanted to go for that professional green screen effect, or even doing something other than streaming. I feel like it would be a good utility to have to move around. So if you do YouTube and stuff like that, that might be a good option. So you could put it here, you could put it there. You don't necessarily have to be sitting in a chair to use it. Is going to be one of the benefits of that as well. So yeah, guys, that's going to be all for this list of some of the things that I would recommend for you to possibly look into buying if you are shopping this holiday season for somebody that's a streamer. So check that out. Or if you are a streamer and you're looking to maybe buy yourself something, you've been good this year, maybe check out that list as well and think about purchasing something awesome for you. I do want to go ahead and also state, I do have it listed in the description, but these are affiliate links. They do help me. They do not cost you any extra money for purchasing from affiliate links, but there is a chance that I might receive a small kickback from some of your purchases. So I definitely appreciate that, guys, for checking that out. Also, big thanks to everybody who has been liking, commenting, and subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on those notifications. We've had tons of people coming to the channel, and I just like to interact with you guys. Go ahead and check out our Discord, link down below. That is where we're doing the interactions. We got all the people in there. We've been doing, we started this month a $25 gift card giveaway. I'm going to try to do that every month just to give back to you guys. I'll give away a Steam, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, or whatever gift card to one person. So yeah, if you're lucky enough, you might win that, and that's just my way of giving back to you guys. And then also, if you want to support the channel financially, there's going to be a link to our Patreon linked down below. Thank you guys so much to all of our patrons that help support this channel. Yeah, you guys are awesome, and I really appreciate that as well. And if you guys are interested in video games and live streaming, because you might be a streamer and you know somebody that's streaming, check out my stream link down below. And I have no idea which version I'm going to send you to, probably the twitch.tv/flux_2D. That's the one I'm putting on screen now since I just said it. But yeah, I've been multi-streaming to quite a few different platforms, and I stopped and I left the Twitch affiliate program. And there's a video gonna be up there about it. If you're interested, check out why I left that program. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for this video. Like I said, if you enjoyed, you know what to do, all that cool stuff. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Chad from How To Tech, helping you guys take your tech to the next level, and I'll see you guys in the next video.